Chants of anger and defiance echo through Tahrir Square. Friends of Ghaith Ali and Bandar Sharki demand their return and accountability for those responsible for their disappearance. The two university students and demonstrators went missing on December 13th after they left Tahrir Square to meet an unknown person who had called to make a donation to their cause. Nobody has heard from them since.
Is he kidnapped? Is he alive? Is he dead? We don't know. They both previously got assassination and arrest threats.
The journey to find a missing person begins here at the Iraqi Lawyers Union. We accompany Ghaith's father, who traveled to Baghdad from the southern city of Karbala, as he registers his son's case.
My son's name is Ghaith Ali HANOON. He lives in Karbala, but he's a university student in Baghdad and he came here to demonstrate, and he's peaceful, but he was taken and we don't know which side has him.
The Iraqi Lawyers Union has provided free legal counsel in dozens of protest-related cases. Many have procedural violations. The first challenge is finding the detainee.
There are random arrests and there are multiple forces carrying out arrests. We don't know which side is detaining people. There's also a delay in sending the detainees to the judge. Other violations we observed include arrests without arrest warrants.
More than 2,600 Iraqis have been arbitrarily arrested since the demonstrations began. More than 100 remain in detention. Aljazeera spoke to over a dozen of previously detained or abducted protesters and activists, as well as the families of those still missing. The government declined our request for an interview.
The bulk of arrests appear to be carried out by government forces, with protesters eventually brought before a judge and then released. But many cases can be characterized as enforced disappearances, often carried out by armed groups believed to be part of the popular mobilization forces. No matter what the case is, both seem to be part of a systematic crackdown aimed at silencing dissent.
Several people who said they were temporarily held by a group under the Popular Mobilization Forces, or PMF, said they were told to not share details about their case, with death threats against them or their families. On December 6th, dozens of people were briefly abducted in central Baghdad by what many say were armed groups under the Popular Mobilization Forces. The paramilitary group has denied any involvement in the protests. This young man says he was blindfolded and held for hours in a tent. The scene was caught on camera and widely shared on social media. For his safety, we're not revealing his identity.
They questioned me. How much money did you get to demonstrate? I told them I'm protesting for a goal.
Crowds in Baghdad's Tahrir Square have grown sparse over the past weeks. People appear discouraged by the lack of results and increasingly scared to risk their freedom for a cause that might not turn in their favor. Simona, Foltyn, Aljazeera, Baghdad.